Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative, and this is our first week where we're going to our new schedule of videos on Monday and Thursday because I can't keep up with doing 3 a week. It's just gotten to be too much and I'm sort of running out of ideas, and I don't want to have videos that aren't up to par for what I know I can create, and doing twice a week hopefully will make things easier for me, and the videos will be better because I'm not trying to rush through to get them done. What are we working on? Well, everyone talks about Christmas in July. I am doing it in September. This is going to be an interesting video, and I need you to have a sense of humor when it comes to this video. We are going to be doing 2 of these Santa molds, and I have colors picked out. We're going to do one. I don't think I have 2 of these. I might. I only think I have 1 of these molds. Anyway, we're going to make this, and then we're going to make it again. And once I've made the second one, you're going to understand, well, maybe get a little bit more of the humor of me, and I'll explain why once the second one is done. And I may keep some of that a surprise for you as opposed to sort of sharing what I'm doing. Anyway, it's an interesting mold. It's a really cute mold, and you have the opportunity here to make it into an ornament. You can make it into a magnet. I think it's small enough that you could make it into a pin if you wanted to put on your winter coat if you're in a spot like I am where you truly do get winter. And even not if you're in a like Palm Beach or somewhere warm year round, there's still the opportunity to wear it. I'm just not sure if it might be a little too heavy if you put it on a t-shirt or something like that. Anyway, what we're going to do, here are the colors we are going to be working with on this piece. So what I'm going to do, the resin is going to be mixed with my titanium white Resi Tint Max by Chem. I have the colors of, well, I'm just going to say the red by Candy Pigment. I don't know how to pronounce these, so let's say red. I have the wrong pink. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a pink as well, but not that one. I have some white. I have 14 karat nugget gold. I love, love, love. I mean, you get this stuff all over the place because it's so fine, but it's, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful, beautiful color. I absolutely love it. At some point, I might even get a big container of it. Well, not really big, but maybe 25 grams. Ninja Black, and I don't know. This is like a brown. I believe it's like a brown. It looks, well, you may not be able to tell, but yeah, it's a brown versus the black. So very, very dark and intense. So I am going to get my colors in here. And then what we're going to do is then we'll mix up the resin, we'll pour it, and we'll wait. Obviously, I'm using my 24-hour resin. With the pieces I've done before, I have used the polyurethane, but I don't want to do that in this case. I want to actually use 2-part epoxy. And yeah, so I'll just get this all decorated up. I'll let you see it once it's done, as far as, where the colors and whatnot I've done. And then we will work on mixing up our resin. I'll get that done. We'll pour it, and then we'll wait our 24 hours before we take it out. But like I say, it's a really cool mold. I'm glad I bought it, and as I say, if I have 2 of them, I don't even know where to look in my stash for a second one. Anyway, stay tuned, and I will show you what it looks like once I've got all these colors in. Let's carry on. I have my resin mixed up with the white, and I wanted it to look fairly white. So I did put quite a bit in there. I'm trying to see. The light always confuses me. And then here's Santa with his bright red hat, rosy cheeks, gold bell. And I did it in a specific order. I did the white first, and then I did the very soft flush pink. I think then I did the eyebrows and the eyes, and then I did the red, and then I did the gold last because I knew the gold was going to, I mean, that stuff is just light, light, light and flitters all over the place. So that's how I've done it. So now we'll get him poured, and then we'll just have to wait before we can take him out of his mold and start working on the second one. So I'm going to look at getting it in his nose first. And then very carefully do his eyebrows. Now I appreciate, hopefully I've got enough of the coloring on it that we don't just do that to get it into his eyebrows. Enough of the coloring on that the white doesn't show through too much on the colors, like other than the white, the pinks and whatnot. So I don't want it, you know, I don't want his hat to come out pink. I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay. I'm just going slowly so I don't trap any air bubbles. I did this by hand. I didn't use the blender. I just did this by hand. And I made 40 mils. And I used the little mica brushes. I'll show those to you in a minute. There were some crevices in this mold where I needed to get down with something thin. Like I used my makeup brush for part of this, and then I used the small mica brushes for other areas. Eyes. I feel like there's a helicopter going over me. Helicopters around here. I shouldn't say around here because it makes a difference, right? I can always tell when there's a helicopter going by because they're so much louder than planes, and they're not as high. And then I'm always looking to see if it's the orange helicopter. If it's the orange helicopter, then there's been an accident somewhere. And there are a lot of accidents up where I live. It'd be nice if people could slow down when they're driving. If it's any other color, usually black, then I'm not concerned. But when it's the orange one, or I think there's an orange and red one out there now, you know there's an accident somewhere. Alrighty. So I'll keep an eye on this. I'll pop any bubbles that may come up. It's going to be a little more challenging to see that on the white. And I seem to be a little heavy down here, so I think I need to find something like something slender and slim, because my table says it's level, and yet I have it sort of, I need to lift it up. There we go. I just need to lift it up. So maybe give me one of these. That might just be enough. Maybe what I need to do too is go around the back of this and trim it up a little bit. Yeah, that should help. It's sort of leveled it out. I don't like it getting too, I don't like a dome on the back of these things. Okay, that should be sufficient. That last drop go in there. Alrighty then. I will pay attention to this. I will get rid of any bubbles that come up, and then when it's ready to take out of the mold, I'll bring it back, and then we'll go on to the second Santa. But I'm going to tell you the color. Am I going to tell you the colors? I'm wondering if I should or not, because it may give away part of what I'm doing. So you know what? I think I'm going to keep it a surprise for you. I'm not going to tell you the colors that I'm going to use in the second Santa. I don't think. I'll have to think about that. I don't really want to give away the surprise of it. Or maybe I just tell you the colors, but I don't, that's all I do. You're probably going, what are you up to? Yeah, I know. It's all a surprise, but it'll be, if you have a sense of humor, it'll be worth it in the end. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. We will be back when it's time to take this out of the mold. Well, let's get this out of the mold, and then I can carry on with the next one. If you get this mold, and I'm pretty sure I got it off of Amazon, I couldn't even tell you how long ago. I don't know. I made a note for myself because I think I might have forgotten to do the lips on this guy. Yeah. You'll understand when I do the next one, what I'm talking about with these things, but okay, so yeah, I did forget to do the lips. I'd poured the resin in and I'm going, oh, lips, did you do the lips, Natalie? Yeah, apparently I didn't do the lips. So, yeah. And I don't know, I mean, I have some testers I could try coloring it with, but I don't know if I want to, but yeah, the lips are right here underneath his mustache. And I have forgotten it before, and apparently I've forgotten it again. So here's what my first Santa looks like. And it's so interesting because the red, when it was in the mold, was a lot more vibrant, but that's okay. Again, we put a white backing on it, and that might have had something to do with it not coming out. But that is what our first Santa looks like. I'm going to tell you the colors I am going to use in my second Santa, but I'm not going to let you see how and where I put the colors until I take it out. And then I think you'll understand better what the deal is with this one. And I'm going to leave my note here for the lips. That's just too funny. Oh, forgetting the lips. I'll see what I can do because I don't want to, yeah, I'll have to see. Anyway, okay, so there's Santa number one. What are the colors I'm going to use for Santa number two? Well, the paste I'm going to use is granite gray. I'm going to be using some silver gray. The Ninja Black is coming back. I'm going to be using magic resin white in this one. Tanto gray. Scarlet. Dark gold. And then I have another pink, but this one's a more brighter pink that I'm going to be using on this one. And that's all I'm going to tell you for right now. I am going to clean up my mold because it needs to be. You'll see in here we still have some remnants and I want to clean that up. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to redo it. I am going to do my best to remember the lips. If that note doesn't help me, I got nothing. And then I'm going to mix up my resin. I'm going to pour it, and then we will come back when it's ready to take out of the mold. And at that point, I'm going to explain everything to you as far as why the two Santas, where the idea came from. And maybe you already know, I'm not sure, but we'll be back when it's ready to take the second Santa out of the mold. Okay, we're ready to take our second Santa out of its mold. We have number one here. Before I do that, I'm going to do a quick side trip for you. I took time to complete the second coaster that I had shown you when I was doing the video on the coaster that we did together. Anyway, this is one that had the purple background. And what I did was, with some of the leftover I had from Santa here, I took the gray, I added a little bit of, what did I add to this, people? I did some mica powder, and then that sort of wasn't going fast enough, so I took some Let's Resin Blue Violet and mixed it in just to give it a tinge of purple. So this is how we're ending up with this coaster. And I was very careful going around the edges so that I didn't get quite right up to the edges on this coaster because I did not want this going over. And something that I had remembered when I was doing this, that was either Claire's Crafty Corner or oh, I should know how to say this, Toompish, had mentioned about never spraying alcohol on something like this because it will break the tension of the resin. So this is not perfect around the edges. And I'd rather it not be perfect than have had my resin flow over the sides, because there's some spots I'm really, like, I'm right up against the edge of this. So this is how this coaster has turned out. I have some roughness around the edges here. I used my deburring tool to try and clean some of that up. It kind of worked, but not really. But this is, I just wanted to show you what I'd finished up doing with this one. So that's that. Now, I did remember to do the lips on this guy. So let me show you. And then let me explain, so you get the whole concept behind the two Santas. I think this guy looks even better. Oh, I did a good job on him. So when I originally made the Santa, I messed up the mold. Oh my gosh, what I was thinking was, like, I just did not get his face right. So I ended up with this the first time I did the Santa. Okay. And where the humor comes in on this, and please understand, I love Christmas. I think it's a great time of year. It's in the winter. If I'm lucky, I have snow on Christmas Day, because I'm in Canada, and where I live, I want snow on Christmas Day. So I do love Christmas. But I was just, I laughed really hard when this came out of the mold, because I realized I thought these were the eyes, not even seeing the little dots down here. Making the nose red. I missed the lips on this guy as well. But it got me thinking about Christmas and Santa and before and after. So for me, I actually made up. I finally got around to making up, I'll say it, the before Santa. And then I made an after Santa, and I actually managed to sell some of them because people enjoyed the humor of the before and after Santa. So this is Santa before he goes out on Christmas, and this is Santa after he's gotten done, you know, up and down the chimneys, the whole, I don't know how many hours the man spends, you know, traveling around the world at what speeds, but he's going down chimneys in some cases, and he's having a pretty, he's got to get his act together for Christmas. So there's the humor side for me in that when I originally made the piece, I messed it up. And that got the humor side of it coming for me, and then that got me thinking about doing a before and after for Santa Claus. So I have to admit, I like how these two have turned out. They're better than the originals that I had made for people. And I like that I added the black. So his beard was some white, some silver gray, and then I decided last minute to throw black in here. I threw black on the bell, and actually the bell, interestingly enough, using the Let's Resin, and I think it's because the eye candy one is more of a glitter pigment, mica powder. I shouldn't say pigment, mica powder. Whereas this is more solid, and this was one of my generic brands. It's not a J Diction, it's not a Let's Resin. It's one of the first ones I'd actually picked up from a mica powder perspective. But I just love, and I got his lips. See, I remembered his lips this time, which is brilliant. I'm seriously going to have to put a note with this guy to remember to do lips. But I think, and I added more pink in his face than in the original. See, here he is, just, you know, we're taking off at the beginning of the night, and I'm sorry. I just think these are so cool. Here we are at the end of the night. It's been a little rough. My nose is a little red. Now, I kind of went the point of having something to drink after, but, you know, it's cold out there, depending on what parts of the world you're in, right? And then I put a little bit of red underneath his cheeks, which I wasn't sure when I did that if it was going to look okay, but I think we did. I think we did good on this. So I just wanted to give you a bit of background on my whole Santa, why the humor in all of this, because I still think it's really cute. I think it's funny. And you make these, and these can be magnets. Again, I can't see them being a brooch per se. I would think if you did that, you would want a really heavy coat or something to put them on. But I love this. I love the concept of it. I like the fact that we're having fun with it. We're playing, and it gives you something new to think about. even with different pieces you're doing, right? Like, we go traditional, but we don't have to. And I think that's part of with this as well. But those are my Santas. That's why I didn't want to share with you how I was doing the second one, because I wanted that to be a bit of a surprise, but I did tell you the colors. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found some humor in it. And yeah, this is your video. This is how I did it. The mold is great. It is a very cool mold. And I believe I'm pretty sure I got that from Amazon. Pretty sure I got that from Amazon. But as I say, it was a while ago, and yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Santa 1, Santa 2. And there you go. Thank you for watching my videos. We're getting close to 800, which is awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being one of my subscribers. And I hope you're having a great day, whatever creative endeavor you're getting up to. Take care, and bye for now.